Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Noonlight Cafe. This is my first video. It's my first channel. I told myself last year to do something challenging. And so here I am doing something a little challenging. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, facing the things that I fear the most, and so here I am. This channel will focus on the hero's journey, what that means, what are the obstacles that we come across in life, and all of the lessons that we learn within those obstacles. So the last 2 years had been ridiculously challenging for me. And I know it's the same for a lot of us out there. There are some people who are able to thrive in chaos, and I'm so here for it. Like, I love to see people flourishing, taking something that is super duper challenging and creating something magical out of it. I love to see that happen. For me, if I look at it from a different perspective, I can say that I flourished, but that perspective is a little blurry, right? So, the last 2 years I've had to start over numerous times. I started over, things were going great, and then I had to take a step back. Then started over again, things were going awesome, and then had to take another step back. So it was like a continuous cycle for me last 2 years. I had to really sit with myself, dig deep within my soul, and figure out what were the roadblocks, what were the blocks that I kept hitting. Like, what were the walls that were just constantly in my life, And I think I have to say, towards the end of last year, something different happened. And this was like during my meditation sessions. I've been meditating for years and years and years and years now. And something happened last year, towards the end of last year, where my sessions kind of took on another phase. I feel like I kind of graduated from that one school that I had been in for so many years. And I think it was just probably due to the fact that we were all sitting at home with ourselves, trying to figure out what the next phase in our lives would look like. And so, those meditating sessions really revealed a lot of who I am, a lot of my traumas, a lot of the things that I had forgotten, all of the things that I love, all of the things I am grateful for or should be grateful for. Those sessions, they were just, things were flourishing in the midst of my sadness, in the midst of my tears, in the midst of chaos. There were moments where I can now say those obstacles, helped me to kind of flourish a little bit, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but I guess it does. I don't know. For me, it does. And so what does that mean to kind of really start over? I've had a pretty comfortable career. I've done amazing things in my life. I have 3 beautiful, magical, just wonderful children. But I reached a point in my life where I felt like I wasn't growing I was not growing. And a lot of the non-growth was due to a lot of the things that I was holding on to, right? A lot of the pain, a lot of the hurt, a lot of the insecurities, a lot of the self-deprecating things that I would say to myself, all of those limiting beliefs, they were constantly whispering in my ears. Like they were just non-stop, like just, here I am, I ain't going anywhere, what you gonna do about it, right? So what was I going to do about all of those negative thoughts that were just kind of like lingering and just hanging around? And so again, those meditating sessions really allowed me to kind of sit down, listen to those thoughts, and really ask myself why are they there, and what should I do about it? So having to start over, right? Having to assess, what it is that I need to recreate in my life, what it is that I need to create, what are the things that I need to let go, what are the things that I just need to say goodbye to, right? And a lot of the things that I needed to say goodbye to was really who I'd been for the last some odd years, right? And just create someone that I can say that I'm super proud of. I want to be able to look in myself and say, you're hot stuff, you're gorgeous, you're amazing, you're talented, you've got all the tools necessary to make anything happen, right? And the idea of starting over is super scary. It's not something that a lot of us want to do. It's starting over is taking us out of our comfort zone, putting us in a brand new world, and then having to figure out the tools all over again. We don't want to do that. We want to, especially when you reach a certain age, you want to be able to say, I learned all of these things, and so now I'm at a place where I can say I'm an expert, I'm an authority on some things, and I can move forward and do amazing things with all the things that I've learned in my life. And so starting over is like, it's like a slap in the face. Like, what does that mean? Like, I had to learn new techniques. I had to learn new tools. I had to learn the new me, So it's scary, but at the same time, it's like, it's a great thing to experience, because all of the obstacles, all of the challenges that we experience in life, I don't want to say that there's a reason, a meaning for all of those challenges, but I do want to say that, those challenges, they guide us, they help us, right? The purpose and the meaning comes out of what you learned from it, right? There is no purpose and there is no meaning if you stay in that muck, right? If you're just like wallowing in that muck and you're not being aware of the things that you can accomplish, right? You're not aware of the lessons, right? That you can get out of it, right? If you're just in that muck, then there's nothing that you can do about it. There's no meaning to it, right? But if you're able to sit in that muck and accept that challenges are all, it's all a part of life, right? We're not going to go through our whole lives without coming across something that's going to challenge us, or we're not going to go through our lives and not find ourselves in a sad place. But what how we approach, right? How we approach those challenges, is how we approach it is really what dictates how you're going to move forward in life. If you just allow it to just take over you, then that's the sadness that you will live in for however long. But if you acknowledge that the beauty in those challenges, if you acknowledge the beauty in starting over, you can pull so many lessons from the obstacles that you had just come out of, right? You can sit back and meditate on like something that had made you sad, and you ponder upon what caused you to be sad, and within that pondering you can find a lesson. You can see, you can like really be conscious of the reasons as to why you were going through what you were going through. And then you take those lessons and you change up some things in your life, and then you share those lessons with people. And that's kind of like that's the story of the hero's journey, like, right? Like you're conscious of who you are. You become a being, you become a person, you go through things, right? You learn from all of the things that you've come across, right? And then you share, right? You share your life's experience, and then it starts over again. But that starting over again is so important when you understand where you came from, right? When you're able to say, okay, I know what I did in that last stage of my life, and I know how to move forward in the new stage, the new phase, right? So my son, right, I was having a conversation with him, and I asked him, like, what are you grateful for? And he said, I'm grateful for, he's grateful for his family members, his friends. And then he was like, I'm grateful for God. Now, I am not a religious person. I don't necessarily believe in God as an entity or in the general religious sense, but I do believe in that God source. I do believe in that energy that just resonates throughout the universe, that energy that's just a part of who we are, you know what I mean? That energy that allows us to love, allows us to be sad, allows us to just kind of like be, just be, and so that feeling of just being, right, is such a powerful and magical feeling, right? That feeling of just being aware, just being conscious of who you are and where you are in this world and where you are in your life. It's really powerful when you sit with yourself and you acknowledge how magical it is to just breathe the air that you're breathing. How just kind of like phenomenally amazing that you're able to just be conscious, right? And you're able to experience this world, this universe, right? And so like the idea of being grateful, right, is really something new to me, right? It's something that I've just been kind of like sitting with, like all of the things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for just being. I'm grateful for being. I'm grateful, of course, for my family, and I'm grateful for my challenges. I'm grateful for all of the obstacles that I've come across in the past 2 years, and I'm grateful for I'm grateful for me being able to acknowledge all the lessons that I've learned, you know. So yeah, this video is about really acknowledging your being and acknowledging the hero's journey, life's challenges, and really to just be grateful, right? Grateful for everything, right? Grateful for the air, right? Grateful for the tears, right? Grateful for the sun, grateful for the moon, grateful for the dirt, the soil, grateful for that God source, you know, grateful for everything. And when you are in that space of gratefulness, the energy that resonates within you is just amazingly powerful, beautiful, magical. And there's so much that you can create within that orb, right? So much. So start, whenever you're starting over, start from a place of gratefulness. And that spark will be so explosive, so amazing, so phenomenal. And that's all I got for you for today. And I will see you in the next video. Please, again, this is my first video, so I guess I'm supposed to say like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right now.